The number one mistake that I see is people come to a beautiful place like this, they come and like, oh, it's beautiful, and they take a shot. In this video, I want to show you how to get amazing photography, long exposure without a tripod. Yes, sir. Because sometimes where you're in an amazing place, like here in Antibes, French Riviera, and you forgot your tripod. You still want to get an amazing photo. You come and you see amazing water, and you're like, I wish I could get that long exposure look, but I don't have a tripod. You think it's an opportunity that is missed. You think you're not going to get the shot. But there is techniques to get long exposure with a tripod, and that's what I'm going to teach you in this video. It's pretty technical, but anybody can do this. If you don't know who I am, my name is Serge Ramelli. I'm a French photographer from the amazing, the incroyable city of Paris, France. I live in the US. My work is in 120 galleries around the world. I've published 7 profitable books, soon number 8 with the London book, and I love sharing photography tricks. So come and join me here in Antibes, Côte d'Azur, French Riviera. I'm going to show you how to take an amazing photo without this beautiful tripod. I adore the French Riviera. I adore it. I've been here a dozen times as a photographer. But apart from Valençol with the lavender field, I never got on the French Riviera any photos worth publishing. So in this video, I'm going to challenge to get at least one photo that I can sell in galleries. That would be amazing. Let's hope. What I'm looking for when I do long exposure photography is as much movement and foam as possible. Like here, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it there. You want to get as close to the water as possible without putting salty water on your camera. You don't want that. No, sir. No, you don't want that. Yeah, first I'm going to do it with the tripod, and then I'm going to do it by hand. So I love this framing. So I'm going to do one photo at half a second and one photo at 30 seconds. And we can see, so this one I'm going to put the ND filter back on. Right now, I kind of like it because it's getting pink. You know, the sunset is over there, so we're shooting toward the west. Sometimes the west gets a little pink. I like when the west gets pink. I like it. I like it very much. Let's see here. Okay, so now we're gonna do a long exposure by hand. You don't have a tripod, so let's try that. I'm gonna show you 2 techniques. First, I'm taking the ND filter off. Cameras that have in-body stabilization, let me make sure that my stabilization is on. That's very important. You see, steady shot is off, because when I'm on the tripod, I like to have it off, and I'm gonna put it on. For this one, now it's on, steady shot, very important. Then you put your speed at half a second, that's what you want. ISO 100, and then you play around with your aperture until you have the exposure that you want, and then you really block yourself like this. You block your camera, you stop breathing, you press. Half a second will give you a nice photo. If there's a lot of wave, you need a lot of movement, and a half a second will be nice. I'm gonna use my neck as a tripod, and very important, 2-second timer, okay? So right now, to get a good photo at half a second, I'm at f20. At f20, and I'm gonna go half a second, because there's still a lot of light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the screen so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm holding like this very tight because I don't have a tripod. And if you don't have this, you can always put your shoulder and like this. That also works. 2-second timer. You hold your breath. And let's see. Boom. So I recap. You need to find a position. I find the most effective is like this. If you don't have that, then you can always go like this. You use your thing as a tripod. You put the camera at 2 seconds of self-timer. So you press, it waits 1, 2, boom, it takes the photo. Make sure you have in-body stabilization, and make sure you are half a second. And then if you don't have too much tremor in your hands, you should be good. And it's not as good as the 30 second or the 150 seconds, but it's something, it's kind of cool. Because sometimes 2 seconds give you a better result than 5 or 10, because it gives you wave painting. And again, this one, I'm gonna retake it by hand. So I'm gonna go to half a second, and then ISO 100. Yeah, that should be good. And then I need to find a way to stabilize it. So maybe like this. Let's try I'm gonna do like this. It's easier with both elbow. I think it's gonna be easier. Pretty sharp, pretty sharp. There's just not much wave. It's not so good because there's not enough movement, so it's not really interesting. I think over there was more interesting because there was more movement. Okay, so we got up at 6:15 because I use locationscout.net to maybe find a really cool composition. I think we're gonna have a very nice sunrise this morning. I'm excited, I am excited. Antibes is beautiful. This is where we are. And you know, I love the little cobble street. I just love the vibe of French Riviera. You know, when I was a kid, I remember watching Hitchcock movies, you know, like a Thief, the one with Gary Grant and Grace Kelly, and I just love the whole vibe of South of France. This mixture of mountain and Mediterranean Sea is incredible. Anyways, sometime you have to get up early to get the shot. I'm excited because I can see there's a bit of pink, and when there is pink, I start dancing. You know, you get up early in the morning, you get the shot, and then you can sleep all day or do whatever you want. Like it's so crazy how one good sunrise can make your month. You know, where you take a photo that's gonna stay, that I'm gonna sell to galleries, I'm gonna make book cover with it, I'm gonna sell it. You know, just if you have the right light, it's really about timing. I use this app called locationscout.net, which I really love. To find the best location. They have so many locations here in the French Riviera. I'm excited about this morning location because we saw it very late last night and it looked really good. So now we're going to discover with a good sunrise. It's going to be insane. So I'm shooting it with all three techniques. ND filter, so that I have a 30-second exposure. Then I'm gonna shoot it with no ND filter, because when you have a beautiful light like this, sometimes the ND filter alters the color where I don't like that. So I'm gonna shoot it like at 1 second without any filter. And then I'm gonna show you how to do it by hand. So I'm gonna take out the filter, and now I'm gonna show you how to do without a filter by hand. You don't have a tripod, it's not gonna be as nice, but it's gonna be good. So 100 ISO, even 50 ISO if you can, voila. I'm going half a second. Make sure you're very stable. I'm gonna go low. The advantage of not having a tripod is you can really go low and see what you're doing. And then every time you take a photo, you have to make sure it's sharp. This one was sharp, but I was very crooked, so I'm gonna go like this. And I'm doing a tripod with my, yes. Yeah, I got it. I'm like half a second now. You know, in-body stabilization is on, very important. I'm waiting for a nice wave to come. Yeah. A good trick is when you see a good wave, usually there's always a second one coming. So I missed the first one because of the 2-second timer, but then I got the second one. The sun is rising. This is the perfect moment. I want to get the same shot, slightly underexposed. When the sun is rising, I'm doing also a pano, like one view at 24 and one view there. So I really have the sun, but I'm able to get it in one shot too. I just take a second photo just in case. And same thing, I do 30 seconds and then short exposure, and then we can compare. Okay, so I reshot a few by hand at half a second. I want to make sure they're sharp. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so we got everything. We came here before the sunrise, so we got the blue hour, we got the sunrise, and the moment has passed. You know, it's worth getting up early. Like, look at these photos. Like, look at this one, this one, this one. This is really gallery-worthy photos, shot by hand or by tripod, using long exposure. Which one do you like? Tell me in the comments. Do you like the very long exposure or do you like the short exposure? Using my AI preset. By the way, everything that I do in this video is using my AI preset. You can get them for free. Why am I giving them for free? Because I'm using them for my upcoming London book, and I'm hoping that one day I can coach you on photography, or maybe you come to one of my workshops. Be crazy, you know, in a moment of generosity. I love getting up early and getting the shot. It's the most satisfying feeling. I'm gonna go back to bed now because we only slept for like 5-6 hours, plus I flew a day and a half to come here. But the weather is incredible. The French Riviera is one of my favorite places on earth. The shot is amazing. The shot is amazing. I love the leading line, the rock and the tree. It's one of the nicest compositions I've seen in my life. The light's not so great tonight, but we're gonna take it, long exposure, short and long. I'm amazed. Ah là 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 là, mais c'est tellement beau! I've been doing photography for about 15 years. That view has to be in the top 5 of what I've seen. This is, we are in Ez, E-Z-E, French Riviera, and you've got like the water, you've got the rock, you've got the tree. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Okay, I'm at half a second f22 and 100 ISO. I'm actually at 50 ISO because I want to get the photo a bit dark, and then I'm using this to stabilize my shot. And then you have to make sure that it's sharp every time. So I double click on the photo, I zoom in at 100, oh my God, it's so sharp, this one. Half a second by hand, oh, it's gorgeous. I want to do a pano, I want to take one like this and one so that we get all of the water. So again, I use this, don't breeze, let's go, half a second. Okay, let's make sure it's sharp. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go up a little bit, half a second. Boom. And let's see, I'm super sharp. Bonus tip, if you only have an iPhone and you have a scene like this, I'll show you a really cool trick. You take your camera, and what you do is you go wide angle, the most wide angle, then you make sure you're on live, okay? And then you take a photo, boom. Actually, first you put your finger on the sky and you make the sky way darker. By doing that, it's gonna make the colors pop. And then I'm gonna go to Lightroom and I use my preset and I get this result. I kind of push the colors, but I promise you, I love it. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so I'm back in Lightroom. I'm using the latest version of Lightroom. And the way I work is I work with my presets, and you'll see it's super fast. You can download them. I give them for free. These are the presets I'm using for my upcoming London book. It's crazy, and I'll show you some. So this is a photo that I shot by hand, half a second. You see 0.6 second at f22. I'm gonna apply either not the daylight, not the golden hour, but the sunset preset. So one click, and then I'm gonna check out the black point. So what you see here in black, so I'm holding the Option key on a Mac and the Alt key on Windows. You have to do that if you use my preset, and the preset you can download there under this video. The reason I'm giving them for free is I'm hoping that one day, maybe I just adjust the exposure, maybe make the white balance a little warmer, something like this. Look at that, shot by hand, look how sharp it is. It does have that long exposure vibe to it, which is kind of cool. Let's maybe make it even warmer. Sometimes what I do is I make the sky a lot warmer like this, but then I don't like the water. So what you can do, there's a feature which once you apply the preset, you can still go here and go to this new feature which I love called Select Landscape. And Select Landscape is going to break down the landscape in different things. So like sky, architecture, water, and natural ground. I'm going to create all these masks. And I'm going to take water, and on water, I'm just going to add back some blue. And that way you have a bit of a contrast between blue and this one. So that's one of them that I did. Let me show you the 30-second exposure. This is a 30-second exposure. And on this one, so what I did is I did a pano. So on this one, I did a pano, 1 and 2, each 30 second. So I'm going to select both of them, right click, and I'm going to do Photo Merge Panorama. And I want to blend them into one panorama. And which I did here already. And then I'm going to use my sunset preset on this one. And look at that. Oh my gosh, it's already beautiful. I'm going to check the black point, the white point. On this one, I'm going to use the HDR feature. Oh no, it's giving, I like what it does there. I don't like what it does around the sun. So the HDR feature only works if you have an HDR monitor, but I do. And I did a video on this last week. Somebody was complaining, saying, yeah, it only works if you have an HDR monitor, which is true. But you know what's funny is that even if you have an HDR monitor and you recover the highlights, like let's say, look at the sky here. Let's say I recover the highlights like this. if I export, which actually can do this, I'm going to do it. See that? I recovered a lot of highlights. If I export it, then this will show, and I did because I have a second monitor, which is an SDR. And actually, what you see here will appear on the SDR. But you need to have an HDR monitor for this to work. Anyway, I love this. I think I'm going to make it a bit warmer, a bit more magenta. And on this one, so what I like to do when there is a bit of lone exposure, I like to take a little brush on top of it like this. And then I would spend a bit more time, but I don't want to bore you. Sometimes I can spend hours on this photo, but that's a general idea. I like to start with the preset and just add a little bit of more water. There's some more spots here that needs to be taken care of. But honestly, 90% of the thing has been done by the preset itself. And I love that photo. It's quite insane. Okay, let's carry on. Let's come to my favorite one. So this one is the pano I talked about. One photo, two photo. I'm setting them both. Right click, photo merge, panorama. And I'm always using perspective on panorama. So I've already done it. Here's the panorama. And same thing, I'm going to use my sunset here. And on this one, there's a lot of dust. So how do you take care of the dust? Well, let's first do the black point. You hold on the option key, the white point. The white balance is weird on this one. I think I want to make it a bit more blue and a bit more magenta. Yeah. And maybe a bit darker. So it's when you make a photo darker, it makes the color more intense. Now there is a lot of dust on this one because I messed up. I had some water that come to my lens. So here's a little trick. You can use AI to take care of it. Normally you're supposed to use that tool. You can use this tool, which is the use generative AI. And what I did is I just did like this, really roughly on anything. I just get a better result. On anything that seems to have dust, I just go. Anything I want to clean up, like that, I just go and I go remove. Now, while this is happening, if you want me to coach you on your photography, I have a coaching program, like JT did it and got 38 international awards after doing this. Sherry King, 12 magazine cover. Clifton Haley, $50,000 in sales on Etsy. Jacob Bors, $1 million of sales in 3 years as a photographer. And the list goes on and on and on and on. I cannot take everybody, but if you want me to look at your work, you have the link under the video, and maybe we can work together on something called the Institute of Photography. In the meantime, at least download my preset and try them out. Okay, there's some more dust there, but it did a good job. The smaller ones, I'm just gonna get like this and like this. Yeah, I actually got like a whole spray of water on my lens doing that photo. And then on this one, I think I'm just gonna go, I'm just gonna go free on the cropping, make it straight. And I don't like here and something like that. Look at that. I like that photo. I think a little more magenta and a little darker like this. I would spend more time in it, but that's a general idea. Look at this. In like 4 clicks, we got that. And then, so that's actually the one done by hand. You see 0.6 second exposure. So now let's go to, let's find the 30, yeah. This is, check this out. This is the 30-second exposure. It looks super dark. So let's jump to the sunset preset because it was a sunset. Let's do the black point. I should have done a longer exposure, but anyway, I did 30 seconds, but look at that. And there's no noise. It's very sharp. It's really cool. I mean, the Sony 7R5 also is an incredible camera. If I didn't have the Sony, I would have done a longer exposure. I didn't want to underexpose. But look at that. Just that rock is too bright, so I'm going to go in there and just brush a little bit. But you see how the preset did everything? I'm not kidding. I use my preset not only on my photos, but on all my students' photos. Anyways, make sure you download this. Also on this one, I'm going to add a little bit of brush here to make the water a little more fuzzy. This has to be one of my favorite photo taken this year. This place was unreal. Now, one thing I didn't reveal, this is actually a nude beach, but we arrived after and everybody left. But I was very uncomfortable at first. Anyways, download my preset. It's going to change your life. I promise you. Look at this. Before, after. I did a very cool video in Los Angeles on how to get sharp photo with a long lens. Check it out. It's starting right now.